Hello, everyone. As you know, there's a lot of content out there, a lot of articles and short form content, but now there's this community aspect that seems to be a little different because it shifts people from being a consumer to being a contributor. It's like actually being a part of the comment section instead of just scrolling through content. And in this video, I want to talk about briefly how that has worked for me, and maybe this can be applicable to what you want to build in your life. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. I basically started my entrepreneurial journey when I was in ninth grade. I was 14 years old, and I really wanted to make YouTube videos with my friend and make money from it. So, how did I get started with this? Well, first of all, I thought this guy was hilarious. This guy made comedy sketches, and I thought to myself, okay, if I can make videos like this, then girls might like me, I'd be popular at school. Now, you might imagine I actually achieved the exact opposite effect of that. And when I saw all of this, I was like, yo, look, we're going to make this work. I pointed to my YouTube AdSense account and I said, we're going to post every week and make money from this. I got him on board. And well, these videos were horrible. And a lot of the times I was trying to convince my friends or my siblings to be in my videos, and ultimately that might not have worked every time, so I needed to play my own part. And as you can see, this is me. And I hit a wall at about 300 subscribers and couldn't really get out of it from there. My dreams to be a YouTuber were dead. And now you can't see these because they're unlisted, unless maybe one day I show them. And it's interesting because I cared so much about this. This was my dream, and yet there was something bizarre about it. See, for schoolwork, for the gym, or for playing the cello, I always had a mentor or a coach or a private teacher. It wasn't even negotiable. That's just what you did. Yet, despite the fact that being a YouTuber was a huge dream of mine, this was the one area of my life where I never invested in mentorship. I never joined a community for it, and I was trying to figure out a lot of things on my own. So, by the time I finally started a different channel a couple years later, and I got around people who were better than me, I started to see actual results, and a lot changed. Growth was exponential. I got more subscribers, I got more views, and I was actually doing it with people. Now, when it came to building a business, I almost repeated the same pattern, and I went months without a mentor. And what did I eventually do is I decided to work with my friend Tibor. So that's the story. It doesn't mean you always have to pay for a mentor or to join a community, but that can help you to be more invested and get more accountability, and it can bring better results. But even joining a community of people who are there to help you elevate is enough. And there are so many free communities out there. And that's where I learned about mentorship and collaboration and actually got clients in the first place. So joining a community, even if it's free, is a huge advantage that most people don't take. And so many of us are consuming information, consuming social media, and we're engaging with the same piece of content from all over the world, and yet it's not even social because we're drowning in all of this information and stimulation, yet we're not even connecting with each other. So that's what community does, is it brings people to actually engage with each other so that the social media is actually social. So let's just finish this off with how you can maybe find a community that works for you. First, consider what you want to develop most in your life right now. So in my case, I talked about entrepreneurship, I talked about YouTube. Other things for me involved like basic life clarity, like feeling more clear in my life and developing confidence and developing like a better mindset overall. So things like that are internal qualities, but they can be anything like that. It can also be like skills, like an instrument, or they can be domains of life, like business. It can be broad or it can be specific, but consider what you want to develop most in your life right now and realize that developing a community around that and being part of a community is a quick way to improve at it rapidly. So then there's a bunch of community-based platforms. There's Discord, there's any writing-based platform. There's Skool, there's YouTube. What I recommend is choose a platform like YouTube where the content creator is someone you already trust and admire, and then they probably have a community, and then you can join that community. And you know that if you like their content and you like them, then they probably attract a lot of the similar vibes and the similar sort of people, so you can trust that it's a good place for you to elevate. And then join that community, and when you're there, don't just like forget that you joined the community, but be part of it. And this involves time, and it involves like actually engaging. Feedback loops are possible because of community. A feedback loop is anything that involves an input, an output, and then reiteration. So, for example, somebody asks you a question, you answer, and then depending on what they say, you say something else. So, everything in life is a dance. You can't play chess without a feedback loop. You move, the other player moves, and then according to what their move was, you move. So, engage in these feedback loops. That's why it's really hard to figure out content alone. It's really hard to just guess what the next video should be, or what the next product should be, or what to do next. Because if you're not solving real problems, you can't share real solutions. And if you're not sharing real solutions, then you're missing out on income, impact, and freedom. So that's the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. This was a brief glimpse at my story, and I'll talk more about my own personal experience with this in future videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and feel free to let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.